Ohio. We're high on Ohio. These stories inform and inspire through the words of people who make Ohio home. Good news and good ideas, identifying and acknowledging the excellence that is all around us. This is Gene Krebs. I'm here today on behalf of the Center for Community Solutions, and I'm interviewing Brian Rothenberg, who is the Executive Director of Progress Ohio. We're high on Ohio with this program because we're talking to various thought leaders around the state to figure out, how does the state work? How does it work in the way it does work? Could it work any better? And we really want to approach this from a very diverse portfolio. So, Brian, thank you very much for coming on. And just tell everybody a little bit, okay, especially for the youth out there, everybody seems to think that people of power and prestige and influence just kind of sprang up. Okay, but you've had a long haul to get to this position, and so
yeah.
where did you come from?
Well, you know, I grew up in Aurora, Ohio, which was a small town at the time. It's much bigger now. It was about 8,000 people. We had SeaWorld and Geauga Lake. I always tell people it was the whaling capital of Ohio until Shamu left.
Mm-hmm.
And got involved in politics at an early age, just through my parents, through local things, and actually was very involved as a youngster. My town, I helped found a youth center when I was in high school, which was a nonprofit corporation, and did the same when I was in college. But when I was in college, my first experience down here in Columbus was just like most folks. It was an internship program. It was Governor Celeste had the, they don't have it anymore, but it was an honors program for students at colleges from Ohio colleges, and I was at Marietta College. I was selected. And I came up here and worked in his press office, and that was 27 years ago.
Okay.
And, you know, I've left a couple times. I left to do some graduate work. I left to go work for the mayor of Cleveland for a while and went back home to Cleveland for a while. But
which mayor was that?
Mayor White. I was his communication director. But, you know, but on and off, I've been doing this for, believe it or not, 27 years. I don't feel that old, but I apparently am. And I vividly remember walking into the old Statehouse before the renovation, my first time, trying to find the bathroom, getting on an elevator, being a young kid, being really intimidated. I remember Dick Finan, who I didn't even know who he was at the time, got on the elevator with me and was barking at some aide about some issue he was doing, and I was just really intimidated, you know, to walk in there. But over time, you know, you wind up doing what you do, and I've been blessed. I mean, you know, not only was I an aide and got to do the type of things I did, but I got to do Progress Ohio, which is something I really wanted to do.
Well, I'll tell you, first of all, it just hit me that in a future interview, we're going to interview Dick Finan, former Senate president, and was regularly regarded as one of the most powerful men in Ohio. And indeed, most of the renovation and the fact that our State House actually looks as nice as it is and is as functional as it is, and is truly a window for the people to see how government works in Ohio, is due primarily, I think, to Dick.
It is primarily to Dick, and he deserves credit, and I give credit to him for that.
Yeah.
He'll probably enjoy hearing that.
Yeah.
But you know, a funny story about the renovation, by the time that the Senate building was being renovated before the State House, I worked in the Senate Communications Department with Tom Meyer, was the communications director, and I was the assistant, and then he left after he got ill, and I became the communications director for about 6 years. But Tom and I found out that those state-sealed doorknobs cost $400 a piece, and we were in the minority. And so what we did was we went to Deborah Countess, who was then a Channel 6 reporter. I still remember the reporter doing the story, and had her do a story on the high cost of the doorknobs at $400 a piece, and found a closet with one of these doorknobs that went to nowhere. And for my one scoop that I got, Dick Finan had us in exile. We were sent to the third floor of the Senate building, which was supposed to be a closet. And I spent the next 7 or 8 years of my life actually in that office in what was supposed to be a closet. And I used to do favors for Ron Keller, who was the first head of Capitol Square Review and Advisory Board. That he didn't have a press person, so I'd do favors for him to get press, and in exchange I'd get pictures, or I'd get my place painted, or I'd get a page desk. And by the time I left, I almost had a beautiful office almost like, similar to the senators, up there in this little corner.
A real office.
A real office.
Like the Velveteen Rabbit. It becomes real.
It did. Gradually, piece by piece, I'd get chairs for doing a press thing here or there, and sort of this office sort of moved in around me.